This video is sponsored by Top Up Live. 63k versus 360k damage here. You can see here also the difference is just a few. Like, I am being swarmed here. I am being swarmed here. Look at this. Hey squad, the Woods here, and today in this video I'm going to show you guys my two main march and what I'm doing with the Regency, how I do my experiments with my troops. And sometimes I do attack players multiple times in order for me to get some results for what I want, or maybe to see the difference between rings, between builds, matchups and everything. But so yeah, I do it here in the Regency, and what I do is to attack stronger players than me. And sometimes we ended up winning with the changes and everything, but it's just, sometimes rare. But recently I did kind of find some builds interesting that I want to show you guys. So this is going to be that video. So join me here in this video and I will tell you guys what I have that is pretty unconventional for most and that everyone is doing. So what I'm actually doing here is stacking players who are way stronger than me, or sometimes in the same level. So I do tests from time to time, attack a single player multiple times so that I can differentiate the builds that I'm doing or what I have, since I have the luxury and the privilege of having different rings that I can afford in different situations. Although my rings are not on that kind of level, but still it kind of works sometimes even against stronger players. So in order for me to attack multiple times in the Regency, what I do is always attack stronger players. But if I want to test out something on the same level, on the same power level, I do intend to attack players on the same power level, especially if the lineup of that player is my interest. So right now we have here my Miyamoto. So what kind of change or difference does my Miyamoto right now have? So I have here the Ring of Crow, the Ring of Lofty Mountain, and the Ring of Bear for my ring. So those are actually just the difference from what I have before. So before I was rocking the Ring of Lion, I have the Ring of Tranquil on my Scipio, and then also the Ring of Bear though. But I find this very interesting, having two purple rings, and not everyone is using the Ring of Crow on Miyamoto because he is not a strategy hero, and it says there that the strategy bonus is better off with strategy hero so that you will have more bonuses. But in this build here, it's kind of interesting for me because you steal a lot of stats. You steal might, you steal strategy, you steal armor. So it kind of benefits Miyamoto's march in a way, especially against strategy heroes, because they are pretty weak sometimes against strategy heroes because of the advantage of strategy. So with the help also of Scipio with my Righteous Judgment, it also helps against strategy heroes because of the strategy stats that your Scipio can actually get from Righteous Judgment. And really, it does help your march, especially with the might bonus, and it does help your march with that 3 seconds. So every time it pops, plus you got your Ring of Crow, it really does help. So I'm going to show you here in this fight here with Smug. So shout out to Smug, or Smog, whatever is the pronunciation of the name. So I have this one. You can see the rings are almost the same. The only difference is I have level 11 on my Crow, and he has a Ring of Clover on his Lagertha's side. Now another difference here is I'm going to show you that he's using the King's Blade, right? Okay. Now one other thing is I'm using level 1 on all of my adornments. So I have level 1 on all of them. Just going to show you guys real quick. Okay, so we have level 1 on everything, and even yellow or gold gems. And I don't really have like levels mostly on my gems here. I do have on my might though, but the others well, not so much. I did use Righteous Judgment already here, but I haven't changed my gem. So yeah, even here I do just use level 1 and gold here, but I have a level 2 armor here. That's the thing. But anyway, that's just the advantage there. But I will show you guys the buffs though. I have a little bit of health advantage, strategy attack, but strategy is not important really. Might defense though, yeah, I have a bit of an advantage. Then he has a better might attack. All mights are heavily favored on his side, even the armor, as you can see there. The stats though, yeah, I mean like huge advantage on the damage of my Miyamoto here. The healing though is kind of fair, I think, for both sides. And the details though entails that we have, activated the steel attributes for 6 times. That's like 18 seconds in the total 34 seconds. That's actually a huge deal for me. Anyway, we always will have might because the ring of bear kind of gives might to your commander, plus the commander damage of that ring of bear also really does help. But the only disadvantage that entails is negative armor for all my heroes, so I have less armor for my heroes. But look at this one, he has far better damage because this is just 25 activations with 70k damage. I have 31 with 67k, so he has a little bit of advantage in here, like almost on every facet of this fight. Now I'm going to show you the first fight though, because we fought him twice. So on the first instance we have lost but his remaining troops are still at 17k 850, and he has an advantage because of the defense from the throwing axemen against my might hero. So that's an advantage for him, just a little bit of advantage for him. But I still did use the same mercenaries. I didn't change anything really, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, I think it's the same thing. I didn't change anything really, to be honest. It's the same thing. Okay. I think I didn't change anything. And this time around it worked for us better. Extra activations there. The damage still of Lagerta is not that great though, but we kinda have a different output on the next one though. As you can see, there's nothing really changed. Like, it only based on the activations maybe sometimes, especially with the crits and everything. But yeah, it does give me still like an advantage. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the conditions of his adornment. So he has levels, but it's not the best of levels. It's just 11 and 12, and then I think he has like level 1 here. Yeah, he has level 1 here. Same as me though. Although I have like 3 of my heroes with only level 1 adornment. So yeah, I think... Whoa! Before we continue, if you're planning to top up anytime soon, here's something that can help you keep more money in your pocket while growing your account. Tito Bods have partnered with Top Up Live to give you an exclusive 12% off discount extra on your Age of Empires mobile top-ups. That means more Empire coins, more Apex coins, and more value for the same budget. All you have to do is click the link in the description and use the coupon code TITO and enjoy all types of discounts with Top Up Live. And with Top Up Live, your wallet will thank you. The difference here is, I think, the activations. But he has even more damage with his activations like that though. And yeah, mercenary. But when I won, I have 28k remaining. So sometimes it's just really with the activations of the critical. But to tell you guys honestly, having it this way means that I still have a chance to get more of his stats, and getting more of his stats there will leave him with low might, plus the damage output isn't always going to be there. So yeah, it kind of helps both ways. Now there's another interesting one here that I used this March on. So exact same build that I have, but I was attacking a 190 mil player pikeman. So I'm going to show you the difference though, and why this remaining troops is pretty important for me. Although this is a Cyrus though, although the thing here with the Cyrus, it should be tankier. Like, sometimes I do attack Cyruses here in the Regency and they ended up being at 1 minute something. Sometimes, especially with my Pyrrhus, sometimes, just sometimes. But this is quite quick for a Cyrus to actually die or get finished up in a way. Like, you already seen my build, right? Let me just show you this guy's build. So level 60 on the guiding star here, plus another level 40 plus, I think, here. Yeah, and he has the level 30s on almost all of his strings. This is the only difference, so that's an advantage also there, because my rings is just level 20 and just pretty low. So I have the he has another shield here at 43, so that's 3 adornments at level 40s and up, plus the rings are way better. And I'm going to show you the gems. The gems, bro, are interesting. Level 2, level 2, level 2, level 2, and you know what, my gems are really just plain and simple, so I should not be doing that much damage on him. even though if I killed him off, maybe it should take like longer than 46 seconds, especially with the rings, especially with the insights and the damage reduction and everything, plus the gem like this one. It should be more than that, to be honest with you guys. So mostly, as I've said, some Cyrus users, I do intend to attack, but it takes me like a minute or so to actually kill them off, and I don't have always that remaining troops. So it kinda this fight kinda gives me a lot of curiosity on how and what happened. So so yeah, I think we did a pretty good job on the activations though, just a regular 116. And here, as you can see, so the activations of the attributes still here for the crow is pretty good. Also with the activations of your righteous judgment, it really does help sometimes getting off those important stats from your opponent. And if you stole that, especially with a crow, you get those stats from him. It actually does help. May it be might heroes or strategy heroes, since your combination of crow plus your righteous judgment, it really does help this build. So as you can see there, the activations, the damage and everything, even the healing. Look at the healing though of your Roland. Look at that. That's a huge healing boost, right? So even the buffs here, it says a lot of things about this fight. Even with my 30% advantage, the might here attack should be like the neutralizer. Like, look at that. Even the health, bro. Even the defense, might defense. Look at that. So it should have had like a neutralized zone. So the 30% advantage that I have should be at the same level, because this is 30, almost 30%, 20 something percent here. On the defense, 20 something percent. On the health, he has way better, 30%. So it should have been like a little bit better, outcome here, So yeah, I mean it's kind of okay, because Cyrus doesn't really deal that much damage on a 1v1 fight. Maybe if this is a Vlad though. If this is a Vlad, it could have been something else. Let me just check if we still have any other for our Miyamoto. Also, okay, this one is again Miyamoto. Look at that, same build. Another Cyrus, but this time we have way better remaining troops. Way better remaining troops. Rings though, I kind of doubt this ring. I kind of doubt it. The others are okay, but I kind of doubt that ring. No. This is level 50 though on the adornment, but yeah, I don't think that's the right ring for this. Level 40 here on the adornment. Blood Dap. Okay, pretty interesting build for this player though. Thunder. Okay, so these are mostly damage oriented adornments here, but it's on a shield. A resource. Okay, so this is pretty interesting build. So I don't know if it's good, but for me it's not the best. But the levels of the gems are okay. So I think overall I would really have like an advantage on this guy. Like, although the buff says sometimes otherwise, we did have an advantage there on the might attack and everything. But you can see my might is just a little bit lower than what he has. But yeah, I think the difference maker here is always the attributes difference with how your Scipio do and your Miyamoto on the attributes steal and attributes debuff. So I've been doing this for a while now. Like, look at this, I have a lot of fights going on. Even with Cyrus with a Vlad in here. Look at the gems though, that's a huge difference in the gem. It's just the new ring now, it's a celestial spark, so that's an advantage also, right? Legendary horse there. What's the level 40 on the adornments. Like, I'm just showing you guys this one because not everyone is going to always be convinced that even if you're a lower powered player, maybe low spender, mid spender, or maybe a free to play, that you don't have a place in the field, that you don't belong. And sometimes that's a misconception. You can actually do a lot in the field if you want to. You just really need to know your limits. You need to know your advantages and disadvantages, and it will really help you a lot. So like this one, this is like a pure advantage on our side because we are swordsmen. And yeah, you have all the skills. You have all the available rings with you if you can. Maybe like, for example, on your Scipio here, I'm using the righteous judgment. Most players are going to use the King's Blade because it's standard. That's what they said. But what they are missing is the scaling of the might bonus here. Plus, if you reduce someone's might or strategy, maybe whatever their main attributes is, it's going to have a huge impact on the overall performance of their march. So yeah, I prefer right now Righteous Judgment, to be honest with you guys. And a lot of players are saying it's bugged. It's not, because if it's bugged, it won't work on my builds, and it does work. You know, if it's bugged and it doesn't work, why am I getting huge, huge damage boost, huge surge of defense if it doesn't work when I'm attacking players? Using my build with Righteous Judgment. I even used this way before with my Ramesses, and I think that's the advantage that I have with other players using the 30% of King's Blade instead of this one, because I do have like that, extra debuff that really helps the march. Okay, these are, I think, Pyrrhus now. So yeah, let's go to what my Pyrrhus does though. So look, let me just show you the last bit here. Okay, so we have Pyrrhus here, and we are up against a level 160 Lubu, and the player has 199 mil power. Okay, you just gotta pick your poison really. So this is against a Sun Tzu though. Look at how strong this Sun Tzu march is. I have this one build. I think I have I think a video about this one, but I think it was with Charlemagne though. I'm not sure if it's Jugliang, but let me just show you in the description. Just check out my description down below, and maybe you can see this build if you're interested in a Sun Tzu there. So the rings are almost the same level. Like, look at that. How about the adornments? Oh, it's level 60, bro. Starlink, man. Okay. How about this? Oh, 27. Okay, but the renewal plus lifesaver. Interesting. Legendary. A mythical, no, it's a mythical adornment, sorry, mount traits there. So this one is level 20. Okay, so I think we have an advantage on some of the adornments, although he has 60, I had like 40. Okay, so I think we have a little bit also of an advantage on the gems, just a little bit though, just a little bit. He has like almost all is level 1. Yeah, okay, so just a little bit of an advantage on the overall gems. But look at this, we have better health, strategy is a little bit better. So yeah, this entire troop is a tanky march. It's going to be hard for you to actually kill them off, especially if I was Ramesses. You're going to kill them off, but it's going to be pretty hard. It will take you a long time. You can see that 1 minute, that's how long you are going to attack this march, because this is pretty tanky. Sometimes though, it wears you down, especially if you have you're with heroes that is in kind of need for longer or shorter fights. Like for example, your Napoleon, you need like shorter fights with that. So sometimes stronger or tankier march like this one does really give you a hard time to kill them off. So yeah, this is what I'm using on my Pyrrhus though. So you can see I have a suppression with me, so this is a good amount of reduction on the might and strategy. It kind of works like Righteous Judgment, but with only lower might or strategy. So with Righteous Judgment, you have both might and strategy taken away from the commander, but this you only have might or, so there is a difference. So you only will have might or strategy, not both. So that's the thing. So you will not always know what to expect, but this works better with might heroes though, because versus strategy heroes, it's a 50-50. You don't know what will happen. If you take away the might of strategy hero, they don't care. Well, what's going to be the difference if their might will be taken out? So it's a shot in the dark for strategy heroes. But this build that I have right now is 100% pretty good against might heroes. So sometimes I do have a hard time attacking strategy heroes, especially Ramesses. I'm having a hard time on Ramesses. Ramesses is like the kryptonite of this march and this build. So yeah, this is actually my experiment on my current build. So you can see we have attacked Own Age for a pretty long stretch, and we didn't even manage to win. So this is with Pyrrhus, I think. Yeah, this is a Ramesses user. So this one though, 104 remaining troops, and at the end we did change, I think, the stats again. Yeah, I think I did try war tactics, 139. So that's different, also here I think we did use sowing discord, and kinda really sucks also. So I did revert back to what I usually have. So this one plus sowing discord, it's kind of better. in a way. So I think the only thing to do is, sowing discord plus that. And he has an advantage, really, to be honest with you guys. I'm going to show you. Look at the rings. Max rings on Serpent here. I did also try Shark. I have tried a lot of different variations of the skills, rings, and everything. But the thing is, level 40 rings. So that's a huge advantage there right off the bat. The buffs, you can see. Huge advantage on the health. But overall the strategy is like a lot. 140 on the strategy. That's a pretty strong advantage on the strategy, even though the strategy attack here says 712, which is BS, because that's 962 strategy. That's insane. That they have that. It's because they have, the others are put into might, maybe because of Scipio here, but it's insane that it's 712 versus 799. And then the strategy difference is 962 on its side and 822 on my side. So that's huge, man. That's the buffs is BS, It's not that's not how it works. But yeah, like it's pretty hard to actually attack some Ramesses, because of the build. But I do have a lot of advantage against might heroes. That's the thing, though. I never almost lost to any might heroes. Even Lubus sometimes I do get good advantages or results from Lubu users. So I'm using my old build here, my current build, sorry. So against Miyamoto, look at that. That's the advantage that I'm talking about. That's a huge advantage for me. So with the rings, though, yeah, I'm kind of winning on that one. Okay, so we have a huge advantage against this guy, even though he's a 180 mil player. Let's see if this is his main match. I'm not sure if this is main match, though, because this should have like better level on everything, and he's using the wrong adornment. But at level 1, it's okay. So yeah, I think we only won because this one doesn't have really that much investment on it. So here we're attacking again a Ramesses build. This one, though, is the old build without the current meta of Confucius. The rings, though, are okay. We have an advantage on the rings. That's pretty obvious here. Adornments wise, okay, I think he has a little bit more advantage on the adornments. I have like only flat out 40, so he has level 47 there. So 40 here. Even the levels of the adornment special effects or attributes actually has higher levels. Okay, the gems, though, yeah, I think we are almost the same when it comes to the levels of the gems. Yeah, okay, I have a little bit of advantage on the might gems there because I have might gems at level 1 there. Okay, so also this one, so I have an advantage on that one. So overall the buffs are this. Yeah, we're pretty stronger. Wow. Yeah, but anyway, you guys, my current experiments here are with my build on my Pyrrhus. So yeah, this is my current Pyrrhus build. I'm using a suppression. I'm not using a peaceful haven. It kind of works against against might hero troops. The suppression helps with the damage, number 1, and also with the defense, because if it's a might hero and then you get might from the suppression, then you will get defense. If it's a might hero and you get strategy on the suppression, you will get like negative armor for them, and you will deal more damage because they have negative armor, right? It's like what I'm thinking about. And it's for 6 seconds, so with activations maybe of Charlemagne with your Pyrrhus, multiple activations during those times, that's going to be a huge damage. And also sometimes I do change my skills from Pyrrhus. I do change the Bloodthirst. I changed it sometimes to sowing discord, especially against strategy heroes, depending on what I have on the field. So that's what I do. I do change this one. But the rings, I always use the same rings right now. I'm not changing any of this one, especially that I am inching closer to getting my Serpent to 30. That's actually a huge deal for me. And it's once I max that ring to level 40 in the future, I think the Pyrrhus build right now is going to be even insane in the future. So yeah. And right now I do find it pretty useful because I use it in the field for a while now. So I'm going to show you some of the fights that I can still show you. I think I have it here. So you can see here, I think this is my Miyamoto. Oh, wow. So I was using a Miyamoto march here. And with my Miyamoto here, as you can see, this is just my plain out Miyamoto. Look at this. Look at that. this is my plain out Miyamoto March with a level 1 adornment. And I think I was swarmed in this situation. Okay, so let's say 160, right? Advantage, but I still get 63. 63k versus 360k damage here. You can see here also the difference is just a few. Like, I am being swarmed here. I am being swarmed here. Look at this. Although some of them are really low. What is this? So yeah, I think it still is a pretty good March, you know. Here though, yeah, it's pretty bad. We were up against, I think this one is a Kraken. I think I did use also some Pyrrhus. Okay. So yeah, we did to use the build of Pyrrhus here. So you can see suppression. So I'm using the suppression. But yeah, man, some of the fights here are pretty good. Like you can see there. These are against, you know, some players are on my same level, some are not. And I have, like, look at that. I have 70k troops versus 166k troops. Even with the less advantage on the rings, they could have killed me off easily. But we still did a pretty good damage in there. Plus, I'm also being attacked by Elubu here. They have an advantage here. So in the field, you don't know if you're full health or what. But yeah, it kind of helps there. So the whole fight, the whole week, I was using suppression on all my troops. Like 100%. And it kind of works well, to be honest with you guys. It kind of works well, especially with might heroes. And then if you're lucky to actually get, you know, strategy from the other strategy hero, it does really good. It does a good chunk of damage. So in the field, you know, there's a lot of random things happening, around a lot of random players attacking you. So we did manage to get huge points and merits throughout that. And I would say if I compare it against, you know, players, or sorry, against my former build with the Peaceful Haven, there is something that actually you can feel if you're in my position right now. That kind of tells me that my current build is a little bit better with this suppression, because this is a debuff, and I think right now the meta should have a debuff. So that's what I think, especially with the scaling and everything. That's the only thing that matters sometimes, you know, the scaling with the strategy bonus, might bonus, whatever bonus is that, those things really does help. So for me, debuffing really is something good for your account, especially if you're a low powered player and you want to go up against a higher powered player. Your friend is going to be debuffs. So yeah, I have a lot more to actually show you guys, but it's so long that I think it will not actually fit into this video. But anyway, I think you kind of get the gist already of what I want to tell you guys. And yeah, man, like, I did enjoy the suppression build on my Pyrrhus, and of course the crow build on my Miyamoto. And to tell you guys, I'm not going to actually give you the 100% go signal on this one. I'm just really showing you guys of what I have and maybe you're interested in. So this is not a standard build, as I've said multiple times already. I think I am not that kind of person that does standard. I want to always go out of the norms, think of something fresh, innovative, and not everyone is doing. So mostly Ring of Crow you will see on a Ramesses March, on the strategy hero. So, and I told myself, why not use it on Miyamoto? Let's see what happens. And it does, you know, give you something to think about. And especially the build of my Miyamoto is a budget build. I don't even have levels on my current adornments, and you know, it's not really my main priority. And you can see already my gems on my Lagertha is still at, you know, just legendary, just golds. And if you're a free-to-play player or low spender, you may be thinking that this can be really something else, because the rings here are budget rings that maybe other players can actually do. So maybe you're interested. I'm not going to tell you to do this, but this is probably another option that you can, you know, think about. But yeah, and if you want more guides or hero composition builds, check this video out on your screen right now. And as always, squad, have a great day to everyone. This is your Tito Buds, and I will see you in the next one.